In the tapestry of ancient Indian history, the story of Mahapadma Nanda stands out as a remarkable tale of ambition, power, and transformation. Born in the latter part of the 4th century BCE, in an era where the Indian subcontinent was a mosaic of competing kingdoms and republics, Mahapadma's rise to power was as extraordinary as it was unexpected. Episode 1: The Unconventional Ascendancy. From obscurity to power. In the annals of ancient Indian history, few stories are as compelling as that of Mahapadma Nanda. His journey began in the heart of the fertile Ganges plain, in a kingdom known as Magadha, a region that would become the crucible of empires. Born around 450 BCE, Mahapadma was the unlikely progeny of a barber and a courtesan, a lineage far from the noble Kshatriya warrior caste that traditionally held the reins of power. Growing up in the shadows of the Nanda Dynasty's splendor, young Mahapadma was exposed early to the complexities of court life and the intrigues of power. The city of Pataliputra, modern-day Patna, the capital of Magadha, was a melting pot of ideas, cultures, and power struggles. This environment played a pivotal role in shaping his ambitions and his understanding of statecraft. As he matured, Mahapadma's ambitions grew, fueled by a keen intellect and an unwavering determination. He was acutely aware of the limitations imposed by his birth, yet he refused to be constrained by them. In a bold move, he seized power from the Shishunaga rulers around 345 BCE. This coup was a masterstroke of political maneuvering and military might, marking the end of the Shishunaga dynasty and the beginning of the Nanda era. Proclaiming himself Ekarat, he became the unchallenged ruler of Magadha. Mahapadma's ascendancy to power was not just a change of guard. It was a seismic shift in the social and political landscape of ancient India. His rule challenged the established norms of Kshatriya dominance. He dismantled the power structures of the Kshatriya rulers and replaced them with a system that was more meritocratic, a move that earned him the title Destroyer of Kshatriyas. Under his rule, the rigidities of the caste system were, to an extent, challenged, setting a precedent for future generations. The kingdom of Magadha under Mahapadma Nanda began to grow in strength and stature. He embarked on ambitious military campaigns, extending his control beyond the traditional boundaries of Magadha. His army, known for its sheer size, included infantry, cavalry, chariots, and war elephants, making it a formidable force in the ancient world. He conquered neighboring territories, including the powerful kingdoms of Kashi, Kosala, and the confederacies of the Vrijis. As he expanded his empire, Mahapadma also focused on internal consolidation. He fortified the capital, Pataliputra, making it a center of power, culture, and commerce. Under his rule, Magadha's wealth, gleaned from agriculture, trade, and the control of strategic trade routes, grew exponentially. Episode 2: The Empire Builder. Mahapadma Nanda, having established himself as the sovereign ruler of Magadha, turned his attention towards solidifying his power and expanding his empire. His reign, beginning around 345 BCE, marked a significant transition in the history of ancient India, from fragmented regional realms to a centralized administrative structure. Revolutionizing administration. Mahapadma's greatest legacy lay in his revolutionary approach to governance. He reorganized the administrative machinery of Magadha, moving away from the traditional feudal system to a more centralized and efficient bureaucratic structure. This change not only streamlined governance, but also allowed for greater control over his rapidly expanding territories. He appointed ministers and officials based on merit rather than birth, a radical departure from the norm in a society deeply entrenched in caste hierarchies. This approach brought fresh talents to the forefront of governance, enhancing the efficiency and stability of his administration. Economic prosperity and infrastructure development. Under Mahapadma's rule, the economy of Magadha thrived. The empire's location along key trade routes facilitated commerce, bringing wealth and diversity to the region. He implemented tax reforms, ensuring a steady revenue stream for the state, which was crucial in maintaining and expanding his military might. Infrastructure development was another area where Mahapadma left a significant impact. He invested in building roads, bridges, and irrigation systems, which not only improved transportation and trade, but also boosted agriculture, the backbone of the ancient Indian economy. Mahapadma's military campaigns were characterized by their ambition and scale. His army, one of the largest of its time, was a formidable mix of infantry, cavalry, chariots, and war elephants. He extended the boundaries of his empire beyond Magadha, conquering neighboring states and kingdoms. One of his most notable conquests was the annexation of the Kingdom of Kalinga on the eastern coast, which opened up new maritime trade opportunities and access to crucial resources. His campaigns in the northwest expanded his influence up to the Indus River, while his southern expeditions reached into the Deccan Plateau. By the time of his death in 329 BCE, Mahapadma Nanda had transformed a regional kingdom into a sprawling empire, encompassing a significant portion of the Indian subcontinent. His conquests and administrative reforms not only solidified his power, but also laid the groundwork for the rise of the even greater Mauryan Empire that would follow. Episode 3: The Legacy and the Fall. The decline of the Nanda Dynasty. After the death of Mahapadma Nanda in 329 BCE, the Nanda Empire continued under the rule of his sons. The most prominent among them was Nanda, who inherited an empire at the peak of its power. However, the latter years of the Nanda Dynasty were marred by internal strife, weakening governance, and growing external threats. Nanda, and growing discontent. Nanda's rule was vastly different from his father's. While Mahapadma was remembered for his administrative capabilities and military conquests, Nanda was often criticized for his luxurious lifestyle and perceived neglect of state affairs. This led to growing discontent among the populace and eroding loyalty among his administrators and military. The opulence of Nanda's court in Pataliputra was legendary, but it also highlighted the disparities in wealth and power, fueling resentment. Additionally, his harsh taxation policies further alienated the common people and the nobility alike. External pressures and the rise of Chandra Gupta. The external political landscape during Nanda's reign was tumultuous. Alexander the Great's invasion of the northwestern borders of India in 326 BCE caused significant regional instability. Although Alexander did not directly confront the Nanda Empire, his presence and subsequent retreat left a power vacuum and a state of flux in the region. It was in this environment of internal discontent and external uncertainty that Chandra Gupta Maurya emerged, mentored by the brilliant strategist Chanakya, also known as Kautilya. Chandra Gupta capitalized on the weaknesses of the Nanda administration. He rallied discontented factions and raised an army, challenging the Nanda rule. The fall of the Nanda Empire. The confrontation between Chandra Gupta Maurya and Nanda was inevitable. A series of battles ensued, marked by strategic maneuvers and alliances forged by Chandra Gupta with local rulers and Macedonian forces remaining in the northwest. The decisive moment came around 321 BCE when Chandra Gupta, with his well-organized and motivated forces, managed to overthrow Nanda. This marked the end of the Nanda Dynasty and the beginning of the Mauryan Empire, with Chandra Gupta Maurya at the helm. The fall of the Nanda Dynasty was not just the end of a reign, but it represented a significant shift in Indian history.